Okay, moving on to a basic routine. This routine here is going to be all about movement. It's going to keep us moving for 15 minutes. It's going to increase our cardiovascular fitness. We're going to burn lots of fat whilst we're exercising. We're going to improve our muscular endurance, and we're also going to improve our strength, which will bring out the tone, nice toned arms and legs as a blank fat burner. So the first move that I'm doing here is just 30 seconds of passing it round my waist to the right. I've got my tummy tucked in nice and tense. The aim of this is toning up our arms, we're exercising our stomach. Now this may look easy, but it's certainly not. We're burning away the calories as we work. As I say, we're going to keep this going for a minute. Nice and working, head held up high, shoulders up, chest out, burn away. And the next move that we're going to go into is figure 8 pass. So with the legs wider open, we pass the kettlebell through, a nice snap in the waist, working our abdominals. Again, we're working more in our arms. We're going to keep our tummy tucked and tense as much as possible. Nice tight grip on the bell. Careful that we don't drop it. We're going to go for a minute with this exercise. Kettlebells are fantastic pieces of equipment, very portable, take them virtually anywhere, and you can use them in very small spaces. You can see we're moving. So now nice and warm, starting to breathe a lot better now. We're moving up through the energy systems. And next one I'm going to do is I'm going to move into the real daddy of the kettlebell exercises, which is the kettlebell swing. All over body movement to burn some calories. So, toes facing forward, we sit down like we're sitting in a chair, and we're going to swing. Get a nice tight grip. You hold the kettlebell tightly for 2 reasons. First one's obviously to make sure that it doesn't come out your hands, cause someone some serious damage. And the second one is the tighter you grip it, the more you're going to work your arms, which is going to tighten up your arm muscles, burn more calories. And this really is a powerful move. Making sure that I breathe at all times. Tummy tucked in again, nice and tense, holding it in all the time I'm working. Another 10 seconds before I go on to the next move. What I'm going to do next one, I'm going to go back to the original one, which was the pass around the waist. The aim of that is just to give myself a chance to recover, because I have been working for fairly intensive rate there for a minute. So again, feet back together, I'm just going to pass. Tummy tucked in, head up high, shoulders out, chest out, slight bend in the knees. Burn that fat away. Now the next one I'm going to do after I've recovered a minute here, we're going to do a one-arm shoulder press. Now, if you're just a beginner, this may be a bit too much. So try doing this with 2 hands. I'll talk you through both movements. Okay, so I'm going to do 20 seconds on each of the moves just to show you them all. Okay, so the one-arm shoulder press. What I'll do, wing out like an aeroplane. The grip as I explained in the previous one. You go down into a squat and I'm going to press that. So what I'll do, I would do that continually for a minute, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to cut it down short just to show you the different moves. It's all in one sweeping motion, nice and controlled. And I'll change sides, arm out like an airplane, bring myself down and drive up. The easier version would just be to simply come down into a squat with the bell grip, down and drive up. So obviously the one-handed version is much more difficult. You if you do opt for that, then I would encourage you to make sure you do both sides at exactly the same time. But if you're doing one side, you have to pull through to the next side. That was fair high power, so we move back to the recovery mode again. Change direction. Okay, the next one's an absolutely brilliant move for eating away at the waist. Legs slightly open, nice straight back, and bent into that position. All we're going to do is we're just going to turn to the side and cut to the side. You really feel that working at your waist, as well as your oblique muscles in your stomach. Excellent for tucking things in. Again, you'll do that for a minute, which we're going up to now. Okay, next one I'm going to do is just a twist at the waist and then punch, punch, punch forward, and then punch the sky. So punch, 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 and punch. Now you'll notice it's a twist at the waist, my lower body's staying completely still. There it is. Your arms, working your lower part of your stomach as well, work a little bit your chest when you're pressing, and that's that minute finished there. Go back to another sort of recovery moves and go back to the figure of 8 pass. Bring it under myself, just like a nice snap up at the waist. Being very careful not to hit yourself in the knee with the kettlebell because they are heavy. Okay, next one we're going to do is a one arm swing, and I'm going to do 30 seconds on each side. This might be too difficult for a beginner, so if so you would do the 2 arm swing as we've already done. Great calorie burn. Again, as all the previous moves, gripping the kettlebell nice and tight, tummy tucked in. The more tense your muscles are when you're working here, the greater the calorie burn is going to be. Keeping the contraction on your muscle, it's going to tone you up for much quicker. And we come up to Do this 10, we put the kettlebell down. Just going a slight jumping motion, so we're going to go jump and swing, just like you're skiing down the slopes. And then we're going for a minute here. Should be jumping over the kettlebell. So obviously the higher the elevation you're getting, the more difficult this becomes for you. You're working your legs, you're working your cardio system, and get you fit. This is by no means easy, so please take a break if you need one. Coming up to the minute here, so we are going to go back into recovery mode. That was tough. Get your breath back. Change directions. Okay, next one we're going to do, we'll do punches. Now this is quite hard. Important thing here, kettlebell resting against the back of your forearms is really twist, twist. So eat away at the stomach, you're working your arms, working your shoulders, real power move. I'm going to change sides. My left side is a lot weaker as I'm right-handed, but it's important to fight through. Make sure you're doing the same amount of time on each arm so that you can address any weaknesses. One side of the body being weaker than the other is not good. Okay, and finally, got one more exercise that we're going to do before we finish. We're going to do a minute, do back kicks with the right leg, so we're going to keep your arms tucked in. Right, so here we go for a minute. Change sides. Once again, whatever we do on one side, we've got to even it up.